Well, who does not like to travel? So many new and interesting things you can find out once you travel outside of your native city. Each touristic place is unique in its own way. Today, going on a long journey is not a big deal, and you don't have to be a millionaire to do that. Our hosts, Joly and Anton Dukravets, prove that in every episode. Imagine how many sites they have discovered. Within a few weeks, they had already traveled around half of Kazakhstan, visited the most remote corners of our country, and they are continuing their tour. In the last episode, we visited and told you about the main attraction of Turkestan, the mausoleum of the great Sufi Khoja Ahmet Yasawi. Today, Joly and Anton will continue the search for new adventures. They will visit the ancient city of Sairam, which was mentioned in Holy Book of the Avesta, as well as the Bayanaul National Park, Sairam Su Lake. We'll try to unravel the mystery of Kempia Tas, and we will reach Lake Toreger. Join us. We are opening the next page of the sacred places of the Great Steppe. Sairam, or as it used to be called, Ispijab, is one of the most ancient settlements on the territory of South Kazakhstan. It is located on the bank of Sairam Su Lake, 10 kilometers from Shymkent. It is the only city, information about which is written in the Holy Book of Zoroastrianism, Avesta. In the 11th century, the philosopher Mahmud al-Kashgari wrote, Sairam is the name of the white city, also called Ispijab. Researchers think that this name comes from the Sogdian language. In the Middle Ages, Sairam was the center of the development of culture, science and art in Central Asia. Scientists called it a city of 5 continents. The historic center of the city has been preserved until today. The ruins of the ancient city and the cruciform pattern of streets is a monument of the 9th century urban culture. Ispijab was considered as the starting point of the part of the Great Silk Road in Kazakhstan. The city was built by the best masters and merchants from Samarkand, Merv and Bukhara. The historian and author of Mikman Nami Bukhara, Ruzbikan Isfaghani, wrote about Sairam. The fences that surround most of the city are so high that those who would like to take it would not reach even the walls of the city. Local artisans became famous far beyond the borders of the Kazakh steppes. They have mastered the art of glazed ceramics, glassmaking, jewelry making and blacksmithing. Pieces made by them spread throughout the world. The most popular goods for export were fabrics. The local felts were in great demand. In many museums around the world, it is possible to find swords and weapons made by Sairam artisans. It is better to see once, as they say, so do not waste your time and go on a trip to historical places of our homeland as soon as possible. Well, now it's time to find out how the film crew of Anton is doing. The nature of Kazakhstan keeps amazing us with its beauty. Today the team reached the Bayanaul National Park. You do not believe your eyes. A real picturesque corner suddenly appeared in the steppe. Its territory is 50,688 hectares.
Баянаул место вообще огромнейшим потенциалом, просто с колоссальным. Причем
Bayanaul is a place with great potential. Moreover, today there are already some areas of territorial rest. There are recovered remnants of the Soviet Union. What surprised me the most is that this year the roads were finally made. This is a big impetus for the development of the park. While getting closer, it seems that the mountains make a way for you, as if inviting to the world of pristine nature. Crystal clear lakes, coniferous forests, and fresh air. All this is Bayanaul. The park is located in the south of Pavlodar region, 100 kilometers from Ekibastuz. It was founded in 1985. This is the first national park of Kazakhstan.
Сам парк, он уникальный. То есть он, причем, этот парк реально может, как в туристическом кластере, работать круглый год. И зимой.
The park is unique. In the tourist cluster, the park can work all year round, both in winter and in summer.
Беговые лыжи.
In winter, cross-country skiing can be developed. This is the perfect place.
Как у нас, допустим, там в Щучинске есть такая тренировочная.
We have a training base in Shchuchensk. The same base can be made in Bayanol.
Базу сделать в Баянауле.
The flora and fauna of this region is rich. 138 species of various plants, 40 species of mammals, and more than 70 species of birds. But there is one thing. We could not enjoy all the beauty, and all because of the weather. We hope that very soon everything will change. In the meantime, let's see what Joly is doing. And she also walks through the mountains, only in the south of Kazakhstan. Sairam Su is rightfully considered the highlight of Shymkent. This is one of the most picturesque places in this region. Sairam Su is a unique lake of glacial origin, located at the altitude of 2,350 meters above sea level. It is located in the mountains of the western Tian Shan in Turkestan. The place fascinates from the very first minutes. The water in the lake is gently turquoise and very cold, around 9 degrees. Even in summer it does not get warm because of the underground mountain springs. The color of the lake depends on weather conditions. When the sun shines, the water can change its turquoise shade to blue. And when it is cloudy, the water becomes grey. By the way, in this regard, the people have a belief. Once upon a time there was a bai, a rich man who lived here. He had a daughter who was supposed to marry a rich Khan. Despite the strict upbringing, the girl grew up proud and strong-willed. One day she fell in love with a poor young man and decided to marry him. The bai, of course, was against this marriage, and then the young woman decided to run away. To stop her father, she threw a turquoise ring and a lake appeared in this place. To truly enjoy the beauty of the southern peaks, clean air and bright colors, you need to have excellent health and a great desire. Otherwise, you can only look at everything only on photos. It is not so easy to go there. First you need to travel 10 kilometers on the road, then you will face 6 kilometers of hiking on mountain trails. But the view in the end is worth it. Turquoise water is clear and icy. The ascent goes along the unusual spine of the dinosaur. It is necessary to be extremely careful. Everywhere there are sharp posts and swift rivers are down there. There is another special place here, the Valley of the Ancestors. It is worth coming here to observe unusual surface phenomena. Clouds often gather around, lightning is flashing somewhere in the distance, and thunder rumbles. Clouds can also descend to the very lowlands and go right under your feet. In a word, in Sairam Su you will find something that you will never see in any overseas resort. Primeval nature, unique historical monuments. Dear viewers, and do not forget about our photo contest. Repeat the photo. Take a photo at Lake Sairam Su and post it in the Instagram using the hashtag across the Kazakh land and get a chance to win prizes from our channel. Are you ready? Let's go! I wonder how many photos Joly already has taken during the trip. And while she continues to see the cameraman as her own photographer, we move to the north of the country. We have two good news. I think the rain stopped. The second one is that we are going to Mount Saimantas. Well, now we pass by Lake Jasibai. It is named after Batyr Jasibai, who stopped the Jungas here, according to the legend. Eventually he died, and the lonely tear of the Batyr created this beautiful lake. It seems to me that the lake was here before him, but the legend is beautiful. Mountain, are you waiting for me? Lake Jasibai is recognized as the cleanest in Kazakhstan. It is located 270 kilometers from Karaganda. The legendary Bayanaul National Park is just nearby. Approximate travel time is 4 hours. This place impresses with its magnificence and natural diversity. In the center of the lake there is an island. From above it has a shape of a heart. it is not difficult to guess that people call it the Love Island. This place is covered with legends about the beautiful Bayan Sulu and her fiancé, Kozy Kopesh. The lake is located in the middle of the mountains. It seems to be the perfect place to relax. The length of the lake is 3.5 and the width is 2.4 kilometers. The maximum depth is 15 meters. Every year the lake is gaining popularity. Not only Kazakhstan residents come here, but also tourists from Russia, Kyrgyzstan and China. Do not forget to post your photos in the social networks using the hashtag across the Kazakh land to get a chance to win valuable prizes. Do not miss the opportunity. Is it possible to get tired of traveling? Well, probably. The road takes a lot of time and effort, but when you get to your destination, the tiredness disappears. Our hosts, Anton Dukravets and Joly experienced that, especially when the landscapes abruptly and radically replace each other. A couple of days ago, Anton was looking to the endless steppe, and today he's in a fairy forest.
Он более, скажем, он более зеленый, если с югом сравнивать, да?
It is greener if we compare with the south. Firstly, there are pines, deciduous trees. There is some similarity with borovое.
Богат зеленью. Чем-то есть некое такое перекликание, конечно, с нашим боровым.
But it is more secluded. There is not so many tourists like in borovое, and it is bigger.
Более уединенное. То есть вот в нем как-то нет этой массовости, да, туристической, которая есть сегодня уже, допустим, в Боровом.
An interesting place. You should come and see with your own eyes.
Ну, интересное место. Надо туда приехать и увидеть своими глазами.
Every visitor will find entertainment just for him or her. Climbing in the mountains, walking through the forest and collecting various berries and mushrooms. But mostly, people love Lake Jasybay for its beach.
Большой плюс, опять-таки, у Баянаула в том, что он...
A big advantage of Bayanaul is that it is located near major cities. 290 kilometers to Karaganda, about 300 kilometers to Petropavlovsk. Everything is close.
Это все рядом, это все доступно.
Well, of course, if you are lucky with the weather, then you can swim. And today, I don't want to. Well, and our journey continues. You can follow it using the hashtag across the Kazakh land, of course, if we will not be blown away by the most powerful steppe wind. We arrived at Sairam. We were promised it has a great view, and now we will find out how unique it is. In fact, these mountains appeared in the Paleozoic era at a time when the continents were not even formed. Bayanaul Highlands formed along with the mountains of Scotland, Ireland and the northwestern part of the Scandinavian peninsula. An unusual relief was formed under the influence of wind, sun and heavy rain. Scientists assumed that they were based on liquid granite, sand and quartzite. That is why they are composed of such flattened stones resembling cakes.
Ну вот он, Саймантас, или гора Саймон. Дословно переводится как...
Well, here it is, Saimantas, literally translated as dignity, well, or a tool. According to legend, if a man touches it, he can get rid of powerlessness. There is also a stone which also helps women the same way. But also this mountain reminds me of Darth Vader helmet. All right, my turn. I think I got rid of powerlessness. Well, our journey continues, and we are heading to Kampertas. People promised interesting, unique view as well. How did I get down here? How did I climb? Another feature of the Bayanaul Park is that there are pines listed in the Red Book: black relic rosehip, alder, juniper and even chilim nut. One of the local archaeological findings shocked the entire scientific world. Here, paleontologists found the remains of ancient animals, rhinos, giraffes and hyperarians. By the way, they existed about 10 million years ago. Can you imagine what secrets the Bayanul Mountains can keep? And how much should we learn in the future? Follow our discoveries in the social networks using the hashtag across the Kazakh land. Don't miss out all the most interesting news.
Фух. Так, теперь у нас здесь Кемпиртас. Обещают, как вы и говорили раньше, уникальный вид.
So now we are in Kempiataz. We were promised a unique look. I hope for a nice look. Apparently the place is popular. There are lots of tourists. That is Kempiataz.
Кемпиртас. Точно, он.
Anton and the whole film crew are still waiting for the better weather, and so the guys accidentally find out that the temperature in July is barely 16 degrees here. So when going to Bayanul National Park, do not forget warm clothes.
Вот Кемпиртас или же
Kempiataz or Baba Yaga Witch Mountain. They say that at a certain angle it resembles the head of this heroine of numerous fairy tales. But the mountain reminds me of the skull of this old woman. Looks like something from a fairy tale. In general, the Bayanul Park is famous for its mountains and cliffs, which under the influence of water and wind acquire very odd forms. So there is clearly something to see here. For example, me jumping. By tradition, people make all sorts of legends about such rocks. They say that once an amazing, beautiful girl lived here. Many guys fought for her attention, but the envy people expelled her from the village. And then the girl got the help from the evil spirit and began to take revenge on the offenders. But she could move around only during the night. And one day she did not have time to return on time. The sun's rays in a second turned her into stone. And now she angrily looks towards the sunrise. On the other hand, you can see the image of a sweet old woman, whom she could become if she had not gone over to the side of evil. And now the stone reminds us of the core values of life.
Спасибо. Кемпиртас.
Thanks, Kempiataz. We saw enough rocks. We are heading to Lake Toraiger. Let's look at the water now. The main thing is not to get cold.
Тун-тун. Тун-тун. Фух.
It's cold. We put in a cap. Oh, feels better.
Наденем. О, полегчало.
We came to Toraiger Lake, and here we see the rocks again. That's the peak of Toraiger. Locals say that earlier it was called the Peak of the Brave. That is, by climbing to the top of this mountain, people received the status of a brave one. But our way goes not there, but to the lake. Lake Toraiger is located at the foot of the northern slope of the Bayanul Mountains. The total area is almost 13 square kilometers. This is the third largest lake and the highest lake in the Bayanul National Park. In size, it is smaller than the reservoirs Jasibay and Sabintikol.
В Баянауле шикарное озеро Торайгыр. То есть оно очень интересно расположено.
In Bayanul, Lake Toraiger is gorgeous. Its location is interesting and it has fish. A must-visit place. Saken Seyfulin described this place in his work, but I am a man of few words, and I can show how rich, unique and interesting the region is in my photos. The water in Toraiger is not so clear and soft, and it is located in an inaccessible place. Therefore, it is not very popular among tourists. However, those who have ever been here say that they will return here again. The atmosphere here is kind of mysterious and calm. You can relax and get closer to the nature. And still there is a chance to enjoy the spectacular sunsets and starry skies. Just keep in mind that even in July it is cool at the lake. Do not forget to bring warm clothes with you. Lake Toraiger. It is an oasis in the middle of the steppe.
Вода. Опа. Фух.
The lake is located at an altitude of 482 meters above sea level. And it is named after famous Kazakh poet Sultan Mahmud Toraygirov. Locals say his grave is somewhere nearby on the coast. These places are gradually gaining popularity among tourists. On the way here, we met a lot of people who are in a hurry to enjoy the views of this lake and the surrounding rocks. So if you're somewhere near, make sure to come see the lake. If you are a fishing enthusiast, then you should definitely come here. The lake is home to several species of fish, a lot of perch and carps. The main highlight of the lake is small stone islands. They are located near the coast, so it will not be difficult to reach them. They are a good place for fishing, or here you can make unusual photos. In short, by visiting Lake Toraygir, you will certainly get a lot of positive emotions and memories for a long time. Don't forget about our photo competition. Take a photograph in the same destinations we have been, post it in the social media with the hashtag across the Kazakh land, and get a chance of winning an interesting prize. Traveling through the vast expanses of our country, each time we discover not only the amazing beauty of the nature, but also get to know talented people. Today, the hero of our episode is artist Andrei Pilipenko. For tourists, he gives classes of art therapy. The master is sure that drawing will help get rid of the accumulated negative and get a lot of positive emotions. He did everything in this room with his own hands.
Андрей, а вот расскажите, получается, вы просто находите часть дерева или...
Andrei, tell me, you just find a piece of wood and...
Это старые доски с корешей.
No, these are old boards that the workers wanted to burn. And I said, why? I started making such crafts with them.
Она природная и фактурная, тем более, что вот здесь вот эти вот грибки, вот все вот, ну...
It is textured, especially since it is a natural texture and it looks well. And I had the idea to make such a picture, called the cracked moon. It's amazing how in skillful hands, ordinary and unnecessary at first glance planks turn into a real work of art. Something similar can be done on the masterclass.
Нашествие грибов на планету Земля.
Invasion of mushrooms on the planet Earth? Is it rooting or what? No, this is a mushroom and the planet Earth.
И на планету Земля. Слушайте, как-то так вроде бы и...
It is so simple and unusual.
А еще я слышал, что у вас все ваши...
And I heard that all your pieces can be sold.
Покупаться, то есть вы это, в принципе,
Yes.
можете и показать. Ну, очень интересно наблюдать за этим.
It is very interesting to watch everything. Such an unusual thinking. It sees in it ordinary things. This is probably the definition of the artist, to see the usual thing and give it a new meaning. Thank you, Andrei. I will not distract you anymore, and good luck. And this I put in place. Time flies so fast. 6 months already passed. That was very quick 25 minutes with the hosts Anton Dukravets and Joly Rahmet. Today we visited the ancient city of Sairam, relaxed in the Bayana National Park, unusual mountains amazed our imagination, and Sairam Su and Toraygir lakes filled us with positive energy to continue our fascinating journey. Join us. Follow the adventures of Anton and Joly in the social networks using the hashtag across the Kazakh land. Do not miss all the fun. See you very soon.